Is here again for what we're calling Corn Dollies Part 2. I, took our corn dollies home and we put them on the outside of our door, and they very quickly blew away. But I noticed as soon as they were gone, and I don't know, it's just been really fun to sort of think about harvest and to think about the way that we celebrate nature and the seasons all year long. So thank you for coming back, and here we go.
I got a lot of props this year. I'm sorry. You're welcome. Whichever is appropriate. So, last year was more historical. This year, more personal. Just to kind of review from part one, for those of you who attended our last lecture in the series, corn dolls, grass dolls are something that have been in existence for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Last year we specifically talked about how it was a celebration of the harvest, and culling the neck was a call and response that we did last year. This year it's more about how I make it personal, how we make it personal. I brought reinforcements. So Mark did speak a little bit to having a doll in the doorway to protect your home, and the doll is to be sacrificed annually. I don't know if you all noticed that these dolls had been up above the sanctuary doorway all year until about 10 o'clock this morning. In our tradition, we pull the dolls down weeks before. We do what's called the Ascension of the Sacrifice. It's a whole thing with offerings and whatever. But the important part is, today is their year. Even if it hasn't been a calendar year, harvest is done. Just like this time last year, we had our own personal harvest festival the night before we came here. And so today, while we're making the new dolls, part of this is to thank the old dolls for the service that they have performed. In the olden days, they used to perform human sacrifice. Now, for legal and perhaps ethical, depending on who you ask, reasons, we can't do that anymore. It's typically frowned upon. So we have the dolls. These dolls are the greatest gift to community. So could you imagine one person, maybe someone in this room, who would be willing to start the clock and know that in 1 year their time was up? They were going to lay down their life for the good of the harvest, for the good of the community, to protect from natural disasters. Their job was going to be to die for their people. I mean, there might be a religion or two based around that, right? But for we as humans, that's a really hard thing to fathom. So, in the interest of sympathetic magic, we now have the dolls. Last year's dolls were made from grasses that were brought in by the community. The corn husks were donated. I remember the cone flour, I think I cut from out front. The dolls that we make personally are made from land where we meet. It's been rewilded, so it's really a crapshoot as to what we're gonna get and what we're gonna put in it. But each doll is individual. Each doll is perfect, really. Now, I got off on a tangent, surprise. Dolls aren't only for protection. Ours are, but Jay and Mark were kind enough to share some examples of dolls that were used for other purposes. This is made out of straw or twine. We've got a family here made out of corn husks. I don't know what this is, but my mind said cicada. Grasshopper. This is a grasshopper from Cuba. And this is a corn husk doll from Rocky Mount. Even though those dolls aren't for protection, those dolls still serve a purpose. Those dolls have brought joy, have brought whimsy, have brought love, have brought tradition into the homes in which they live. These dolls have a job too. They may not bring joy and whimsy, well, not after we're done making them. But these dolls over the course of the year have taken on so much. Those of you who come in with a heavy heart on Sundays may leave a little lighter. Part of that is the community and part of that is the doll. And just knowing that it was above the sanctuary, having that touch point, having that reminder of, you know what? Autumn has passed and autumn will come again. These dolls have been charged with the intention of every person who has walked through that door, whether or not you even looked at it. These dolls are of the community, not just for the materials, but also for the energy that was put into it. This year, if you all will go ahead and start, Linda was kind enough to bring just a whole mess of stuff from her house to make a doll. Also, I was able to cut some flowers and a branch from out front. So this is part of the church put into the doll. And if anybody happens to have any grass or flowers in their pockets that you want to bring up here, please feel free. Fantastic. I love it. Excellent. Even if you don't bring plant material to go in this, you are still a part of it because you're here.
Do you only want grasses?
Girl, you can bring whatever feels right.
I got a bag of leaves.
Okay, that's great. So we tend to make our dolls more person-shaped. Doesn't have to be. It could be a bundle. It could be a doll. If you feel really fancy, you could make like a balloon dog out of it. Whatever, right? Use your imagination. And by them all having their hands on the doll, they're charging it too. Part of our tradition with the dolls is the final feast. We go out, we make our new dolls from the grasses, we sit together on the porch and tie them, we laugh, we cut ourselves accidentally twice. And that moment of fellowship where we know in our heart of hearts, we are preparing for a sacrifice. Granted, it's a sacrifice of grasses and not humans, but think about how much you yourself have sacrificed, have given up, have chosen over the past year that maybe you didn't expect to have to give up. And in these moments, when we're sitting and laughing and winding string around dolls, we are so connected to all the people before us. Anyone who's ever made a doll, anyone who's ever tried to put grasses together and see a shape, anyone who's tied corn husks into a rough approximation of a person. We are people being people, and in that moment, regardless of what you call your religious practice, you are deeply human in a way that is as old as time. So while we have the feast, our old dolls and our new dolls line the table. If you're interested later, I've got some pictures from yesterday. It looks really cool. But the point of having the old dolls and the new dolls is so the old dolls get one final feast before they leave, and the new dolls get to be around us. They get even more charged with intention. They meet with the old dolls. And it's just a grand celebration of what we've been through, what we've given up, what we're looking forward to, and the fact that we're all able to meet back together. We made it safe. So this year, bad news, we're not going to have a huge potluck like we did yesterday. Good news, we're still going to get to have a bit of a feast. This doll that has been lovingly created and charged, and these dolls that have helped protect the church over the course of the year are going to be set out on the table during coffee and conversation. And if you feel called to pick up this doll, to play with it, to touch it, to whisper secrets to it, to kiss it, to smell it, whatever you want to do, please feel free, because this doll is your doll. And by picking it up and touching it and experiencing it with your human senses, you are making it a little bit stronger, and you're changing yourself just a little bit. After coffee and conversation, the new doll will be put up above the sanctuary. The old dolls will be burned. Thanks, that one was trying to get a head start. The old dolls will be burned because they have worked so hard and served us so well in the past year. So again, if you're interested after this, coffee and conversation, the old dolls and the new dolls will be present. You can look at it, pick it up, make it do a creepy voice, whatever feels right. And then the old dolls, you're welcome to say your farewells. If you're interested in attending the burning, there's a small fire pit out back on the concrete pad. It's not going to be a huge raging bonfire, but it'll be enough for us to send these dolls back to the universe from whence they came. So, thank you again for inviting us back and connecting us all to our humanity and to those who came before.